So now am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today, we are delighted to introduce the FBA hosted by our program. Leading the way in this program is Ms. Bhawna Singh, a highly experienced sourcing expert with over 30 years of industry knowledge in the apparel sector. As the Joint Secretary at the Federation of Buying Agents, also known as Federation of Buying Agents. So now I'm going to hand over this to Ms. Bhavna Singh. She will tell about her and also about HBP inaugurated by FBA.
Okay, so hello friends, this is Bhavna Singh. And just to give you a little background about myself, I was inspired by my mother's artistic footsteps. And based on that, I wanted to pursue a career in music and illustrations. But an untimely demise of my mother, I was pushed to pursue my career in science under my father's guidance, as he wanted to pursue or to follow a safe career path. So that being said, he was in a high profile position in Central Excise and Customs. So then obviously under his guidance, I completed my graduation in science and then master's in business administration, along with the master's degree in law. For a short time, I worked in a company which suited my qualification, but within I was unhappy. I wanted to follow my heart to fulfill my creative side. And that is where my passion for creativity landed me to the fashion industry with my first job in an Australian buying house. Today, I have successfully completed almost 30 plus years in the fashion industry. And I should say, with my extensive experience in the global sourcing and manufacturing, product development, and supply chain management, I have gained valuable knowledge about various aspects of this industry. And that includes the sourcing, fabrics, preparing sample presentations, quality control, logistics, even fittings and the color. And having worked with the renowned retailers such as Gap, Macy's, Target, to name a few, I have developed a strong understanding of the industry standards and the requirements. So today, as a sourcing consultant, I'm assisting my clients to find reliable suppliers, optimizing their supply chain, and even ensuring the production of the high quality products. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. So I wanna ask a question is like, please shed light on FBA and its contribution to the community, like 3G principles, VCP, HBP factory tools, etc.
Okay. So, Federation of Business Ambassadors, DBA, the Federation of Buying Agents, which in short we all call ourselves the FBA. It is an association of sourcing consultants, buyers, purchase managers, liaison offices. So, as business ambassadors, we are engaged by our global brands and our retailers to source multiple product categories like apparel, jewelry, furniture, furnishings, home decor, and lifestyle products. FBS, it was founded in 2018, keeping in mind the 3G principles as its core focus. So these 3G principle is growth, generate, and grievance. So first principle is growth, and so towards this principle growth, FBA has been consistently working on exploring the new ways to see how we can help the community grow their knowledge and grow their expertise and grow their businesses. And because of that, this very reason and initiative, we hold monthly meetings on specific subjects as per our members' interest and need. And our second principle is generate. So what is generate? So we believe that, together we can generate bigger and the better opportunities. And FPA in collaboration with various trade bodies so far have been successful in initiating international group trips of curated products and targeting specific clients for the better results. Collaboration is also, in fact, helping factories upgrading their working styles and generating better efficiencies in their workflow. Though our market is really huge and products are diversified and unique, and also the technology infrastructure is growing, all this is making India a favorite destination for the global companies who are looking to expand their footprint and create a lasting businesses, a success. So as FPA, our role is like, to really helping our customers to connect to the selected suppliers who are the most suitable to them. Therefore, first we want to know more about the suppliers, and then we'll go for their background, their product, the products which they are doing, their turnover, their customer base whom they're supplying goods, their capacities, and their USPs. And that is where, our vendor connect programs have been very, very successful. It's an online event, just to give you a little background and like how our VCPs are structured. So it is an online event and which we plan for our extended communities of exporters to make their presentation of their products, their strengths, their capacities, their capabilities. And towards the Vendor Connect program, we work on a promotional banner with the image of the owner of the company and the company logo on it, along with the senior buying agent who's going to moderate the meeting. It is all prepared, which is followed with 6 weeks of intensive promotion on FPA social media platforms like LinkedIn, on Insta, on Facebook, Meetup, WhatsApp, and email data marketing. And on the social media platform, FPA is followed by 80,000 buyers, buying agents, and other community members. And when the VCP is done, the recording of this webinar is also shared post-session so that exporter can refer to it in their own networks. And the link to the stored video on the Facebook group is also shared so that exporter can spread it to their potential buyers and their buying agents. And FPA also send this video link to all the overseas trade bodies as well as Indian embassies to refer this exporter to them for the category of the products they are doing. And in addition to the VCP program, like you just mentioned about the factory tours, so FBA has also organized many factory tours in various cities like Jodhpur, Moradabad, Panipat. And the idea behind such tours is that both factories and the sourcing consultants, buying agents to meet and explore various opportunities to expand their businesses. And then another event that FBA is coming up is the hosted buyer program, HBP. So we are hosting all-day B2B exhibitions in August this year. A group of 10 established buying agents who are registered members with the FBA will meet the pre-qualified and the shortlisted exporters to explore adding new vendors to their matrix. We have also invited sourcing companies from overseas to attend this event too. And this third G principle is the grievance. So FBA has a robust legal desk. I am also part of the governing body as joint secretary, taking care of its legal desk as well. From this desk, we are helping exporters, importers, sourcing consultants, traders in their payment dispute recoveries from their debtors, as well as also getting compensations from the liable party against the cargo damage claims. We have our highly expert lawyers split across 75 plus countries. So if there is any trouble or if there is any losses, which is related to the cargo damages or abandoned cargo, or your international buyer is not paying, or if there is any breach of a contract, FBA is there for you. So we have many success stories of recoveries to share. So, yeah.
Okay. In between, I would like to say to Kritika, welcome here. Firstly, you need to introduce here yourself. So, am I audible, Miss Kritika? If you are not going to introduce, I need to put you again in waiting room. Yes. You need to just introduce yourself, why you are here, how you got it all, and just otherwise I need to put you in waiting room. I can get you as a spam, ma'am.
Kartika is known to
Am I
me.
audible, Miss Kritika?
She's Kartika. She's
Oh,
known to
okay,
me.
okay.
Yeah. But she's from the digital platform. She's not from our textile and fashion industry. She's on the quality side
Okay,
of
so
on the
he
digital platforms. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I
okay,
was having some issues and yeah.
okay.
So I guess everybody can hear me. So I'm
So,
not from the
ma'am,
digital background. Yeah. So it is like I'm from quality analyst background. Yeah.
So Neha, is
Okay.
like her profile
So,
is okay to be a part of this event?
yes, ma'am. So, in between, let's start. So, we
Okay.
are named HBP. So, we want to know that how it benefits the people of industry. Can you please brief it? What is HBP?
Yeah, sure. So Federation of Business Ambassadors, DBA, Federation of Buying Agents, had been conducting hosted buyer programs since the time it was founded in 2018. Our HPP initiatives came to halt, in fact, during the pandemic time. However, we have launched it again with a big bang. So what is HBP, hosted buyer program, and how we can invite buyers to India? By paying them only a 10% of the total cost of the entire trip. So in this whole trip, what includes is the flight tickets, 5 night stay of the hotel, and the next 2 days the factory visits, and the last 2 days sightseeing in India, and then the sixth day we are doing a complete recap with the buyers, and on the last day, seventh day, the buyer is going back home. So the entire cost of this trip, works around 8,000 to 10,000 USD per entity. And we take this as an investment because if someone is coming to India to buy any category, any product category, that means this buyer is either sourcing from China or sourcing from other countries or from their local resources. So that means if the buyer is wish to come to India, so that means this buyer really want to buy something. So if a buyer want to travel to India for sourcing, first thing that comes to the mind is like oh, it's a big investment from the buyer's end basically, and that is where we FPA wants to partner with them. So FPA here proposes them to invest a very small percentage of the total entire cost and let the other stakeholders partner by paying the rest. So the other stakeholders uh, can be the exporters, can be the sourcing organizations, or the sponsors, service providers, or could be a government if they are willing to participate in it, or any associations or the trade bodies. So HBP is like, buyers from the overseas and the exporters, buying agents, service providers, they're all under one roof. Exporters, like during the HBP, they are showcasing their products of similar categories at one place under one roof. And the buyer is getting opportunity to see all the products at one place. And they are also getting to meet the sourcing agents as well. So buyer is like, during the HBP, it is not a compulsion that, buyer is bound to choose something, an exporter or a sourcing consultant, or to place any order immediately. So in this initiative, every stakeholder has something to give. So like, to get more information about the HBP, I would suggest to visit FBA site and look at the 18 product listing pre-qualification requirements, and their FAQs are also available. So the process of pre-qualification and shortlisting for our HBP program is very important to make this event successful. Why? Because as we need to need the best match of the products and the buying agent's product requirement. So if I need a particular dress with embellishment, then I need to, obviously I need to see the best match, the person who is making this product exactly as per my requirement. So for this, event, HBP initiative, we plan to shortlist the best 20 exporters by June 1st. So if anyone is interested, kindly revert us. Now back to you.
Okay. So now what's your outlook on Indian manufacturing in relation to apparel and textile for international markets?
Outlook on Indian. Okay. So to really understand, like, India is one of the few textile manufacturing countries in the world where all levels of textile value chain, which is starting from the fiber to filament to garment manufacturing, are present in both natural and the synthetic fibers. So Indian textiles had a very heavy demand in the international market, especially when it comes to the cotton textiles. It has made a huge demand and huge profit. Second, India has an abundant availability of the raw material. So we are the largest producer of cotton, second largest producer of silk and polyester, third largest producer of viscose, and the fourth largest producer of acrylic and nylon in the world. Third, India has the manpower availability. So what we possess, we possess one of the largest pool of young, trainable, workable workforce, trainable workforce. And with 62% of Indian population being in the working age group of 18 years to 59 years. And then fourth, we have the ready state-of-the-art infrastructure, connectivity, and the government constantly spending on improving the infrastructure. So let's, come to certain figures, about Indian textile. So Indian textile and apparel industry has grown at 10% annually from 2019-20 to reach to US dollar 190 billion by 2025-26. And India has around 4% share of the total of the global trade in textiles and apparel. And lastly, India is the world's largest producer of cotton. And estimated production stood at 362.18 lakh bales during the cotton season 2021 to 22. And coming to the revenue, revenue in the apparel market also amounts to around US dollar 97 billion in 2023. And in addition to that, market is also expected to grow annually by 3.34%. So this is how the overview of the market, Indian textile market. Yeah.
So, ma'am, what message will you give to fellow buying agents in relation to grow their business in the recession phase?
Recession, yes. So during a recession, consumers are more price sensitive than usual. We are always looking for the better price product, low price product, and at the same, the quality has to be same, but to stay competitive, it is important. It is very important to stay competitive, and it is important then to focus on the value that your products or services we are providing to our customers. So the main focus is that what value we are giving to the customers. So this might include many features and many benefits, as well as the cost savings that your products or services can deliver. So what we are delivering to our customer is that very, very important, that to understanding what the customer needs during the recession. So here I would like to share a few key strategies, like how to grow your business and increase sales during the recession or gain profit during the recession. And so first is increase your marketing budget, spend more on promotion and advertising. Second, improve your online presence. Third, build brand reputation and recognition. Fourth, focus on product development strategies, offer newness in designs and the fabrics. And fifth, cut the budget. Look at the most worst performing areas and cut them off. Improve your operating processes. Deliver better services and customer experience. Seventh, service more customers with the same or even fewer resources than you are allocating. And eighth is very important. I think you must put all your budget, most of your the budget which you're cutting into your plans to travel to meet your buyers. That is where you have more chances to get the businesses. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, how the Indian market is different from China's market in terms of sourcing?
Your question is, how is Indian market different from China in terms of sourcing, right?
Yes, ma'am, in terms of sourcing.
Okay. So actually, both the markets, both Indian and markets, India and China markets, they're incomparable because they have their own strengths, they have their own resources, and they have their own weaknesses. So in China, when we talk about a large scale mass production, then it's China. And India has its own artisanship to create unique handcrafted products. So China manufactures at scale, whereas in India, most factories are small or mid-size. Even the government is also favoring the SMEs, small, medium entrepreneurs, as the regulations are designed by the government to promote them as well as to protect them. Also, China manufacturers practically they can make everything or anything. While India specializing in certain product categories. So India suppliers also what I have seen and experienced like that India suppliers focus and invest in primarily on the design development and they regularly develop and launch in-house design products. And there is also a wide range of indigenous handicraft styles that are unique to the country. So if you really want to stay away from the highly competitive and low margin products with cutthroat competition, I think the strategy is to source unique products from India. So giving an example, one of the main product categories from India for Amazon sellers is home decor and gift items. So these products are made from natural materials such as wood, metal, ceramic, glasses, etc. And other categories are of course like apparels, textile, furniture, furnishings, fashion accessory, jewelry, shoes, a lot of other products which we do. There is also an increasing focus on the eco-friendly and the sustainable and biodegradable products, such as products out of jute, plant-based materials, and upcycled materials. Another important point in terms of sourcing is very important is communication. So communication with Indian supplier is more efficient because as a large percentage of the population speaks English. Though in China, you would mostly be dealing with a salesperson who may be like very well versed in speaking English, but may not have a good understanding of the production process. Yeah, that's what I could think about your next question. Nisha, are you there? Can't hear you. I can't hear you. No. Check your voice.
Now, wait now.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Am I okay? So, ma'am, here I was saying, what's the best takeaway you will give to the exporters community in terms of payment recovery issues you have managed so far?
Okay, that's one of my very interesting field. And so like in FPA, they have started their legal desk in 2019. And since then, we have handled many cases related to the international payment disputes. And the most common issue which I have noticed is the payment method, which they agree to. And the contracts are not in a good shape. The terms and conditions are not clearly specified. Many times the communications are happening on the WhatsApp chats. Even the performer invoices are also being shared on the WhatsApp chats. So one can minimize the risk of non-payment by picking the right payment method, and also to really see how well you know the buyer, whether this is your first time exporting to this buyer. Also in the payment disputes cases, the speed is the key. The moment you realize that your buyer is not responding or out of the blue started talking about the bad quality on the products shipped, something which they shipped a year back or 2 years back, or the moment the buyer started saying that I have no funds. So exporters should immediately take legal action. They should not prolong it for a long, because procrastination is also not good in our in the payment disputes cases. There is no other way to recover your money from the foreign land other than the taking legal action. Also, very important point, never agree to the quality claims without seeing the actual quality samples in person or without establishing the claim through debit notes, etc. Check the number of the faulty products. Fix your contracts, fix your invoices, raise PIs, have clear communication on emails. That's my learning from by handling the legal desk here.
As you said, it was your favorite topic. So, very informative answer. So I want to have one more question. That is, what's the best take when it comes to relationships? Do you think close understanding of factories and their capabilities help sourcing agents serve their customer better?
Okay, so close understanding of factories and their capabilities. Yes, of course. I think I should say, like, our factories, like, they are kind of, our business partners. So building a working relationship with our business partners is the key to the long-term success of a business. So having a strong connection, to build that kind of a strong connection, through trust, and communication, it can help each other feel more secure and connected with the brand as well. And it can also lead to a growing customer retention and even getting a lot of more orders from the buyer. So when you connect with your exporters closely, you are much more likely to understand their requirements, and and you also learn also. It's like even the exporter also get to know and understand many things about the working, about a product basically which they are developing. So we understand each other requirements, and so in this process, we resolve their problems and we create a sense of mutual understanding with them, that here we are here to basically support you, protect you, and guide you to make a final product, acceptable to the buyer, to the customer. It's like together we can win, many battles. That's what I always believe in.
Okay. So, ma'am, at last, I will ask a simple question: that any gyan you want to offer to current generation of merchant designers, quality control staff at the buying house or license office?
Actually, what I have learned in my merchandising career, like great merchandising never goes out of fashion. Okay, so what is really more important is to really stay focused with latest trends. The market has become very competitive, especially the post-pandemic. It has become competitive. It has become very difficult to survive in the industry. So how we can survive? To really, create very good designs and product mix. And given the economic, I mean, if you really see the current economic environment and unprecedented uncertainty which the companies are facing, the need to get merchandising right is even more urgent than usual. And for that reason, important is to seek out to new approaches, to creating efficiencies or adding digital tools to enhance your operations. This will support uh, not just the pricing, but also adds to your promotional strategy and even help in your range planning and optimization. So since recession is kind of already started hitting few markets, and there is no room for any mistake. So employ strict quality control model, merchandising model, hire experts who can work on improving efficiencies. Today, consumer demands newness and clear brand stories to have positive impact on the society. And also, I think we all understand the cost of running a fashion business is rising fast. So in periods of economic uncertainty, there is an urgent need for the brands to embrace leaner business models so that, each dollar earned and saved, it goes further. Another very important point which we should look at as well, the sustainability. The sustainability is climbing and it's catching attention of the customers. So focus on how to reduce waste and prioritize the sustainable materials, design for circularity, and even ensure a sustainable, responsive supply chain. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, very nice session I heard. Thank you so much for this session that you are a speaker here. We are very grateful to you for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nisha. Thank you. Thank you.